And I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good middle of the night, depending on where you are watching in the world. This is Kathleen Gage, and I am thrilled to be here today with two of my favorite people. There's V. Hawkins and Wanda Huberman. Wanda Huberman is the executive director of the NHA, also known as National Health Association, longest running organization, vegan organization in the United States and possibly in the world that promotes a no SOS plant-based diet and is into water fasting, has doctors that are experts. But before I go any further, I want to introduce V. Hawkins, who will go deeper into the NHA, and then she'll formally introduce Wanda. So, whew, boy, that was a mouthful. V. go ahead.
Well, good day, Kathleen. It's so great to be with both you and Wanda today. I'm excited about this because one of the things that I want our audiences to know is that the NHA has been around since 1948. I'm going to say, the longest standing nonprofit organization that has been in the conversation of medically supervised water fasting and intermittent fasting and whole food plant-based SOS free diet and lifestyle. And they exemplify that because every year they have a conference. Well, guess what? This year is their 75th conference. It's going to be in Cleveland, Ohio, and we'll give you the URL so that you can go check that out. But right now, and as an opportunity to share more about the NHA, I'm going to tell you that Wanda Huberman, the executive director of the NHA, is doing some amazing things for the organization. She has gotten some of the organization's work into this ultimate vegan health and weight loss bundle. And I'm just going to say, without further ado, because I want Wanda to talk about what gave her the idea to put some things into the bundle, what's in the bundle, what else is in the bundle, and just tell our audiences what's going on with the Ultimate Vegan Health and Weight Loss Bundle.
Hi, thank you, V-Lynn. Thank you, Kathleen. It's great to share this with you. And ironically, what got me into the bundle is both of you two, because you've been making sure I understand the value of visibility. And as I've been the health director now for almost 3 years, the most rewarding and most frustrating thing I experience is people say, once they learned about us, how come they never heard of us? And so getting our name out there and being more visible in social media and getting comfortable doing streams like this and going outside the box of what I'm used to doing and participating with Chef AJ in her Ultimate Weight Loss Bundle was just that opportunity. You'll see our magazine is advertisement free. We're really not about selling items. We are wholly about education. And when I really looked into this bundle, the educational value is just something I could not help but want to bring to our membership base and anybody else that's watching. So she has over 100 people contributing to this bundle, almost 120 items, because some people, like the NHA, we contributed 2 items. So it is vast, and it covers such a wide spectrum. It covers things from vegan eating, of course, but then it'll be about organization. It's about, there's exercise classes. You can get a 25-hour yoga certification. You can get cooking demonstrations. There are multiple e-cookbooks. There's doctors participating. One that I have on my desk is Dr. Joel Fuhrman. You will get this book. Everything will be in PDF format. You have 1 year to download it, and then you have it forever. So I just created a 2023 Vegan Health and Ultimate Weight Loss Bundle folder on my desktop, and I'm digging in. I love these products. The raw food is really interesting to me lately, so I can make that more creative. I wrote down, I'm going to look off camera for a second. So
let me chime If I
Tammy,
may, I just want to chime in. You talked about something that really piqued my attention because a lot of us think that, not just preparing the meals is a big deal, but did we realize that the functionality of our kitchen also plays a part in how much we enjoy cooking these meals. And there's a whole ebook in there that talks about what you can do with your kitchen to make it more fun for you to get around and cook these amazing meals.
isn't that amazing? And just having the tools. I think there's somebody in there that talks about the kitchen tools that will help you. I know I love this silly little $20 item from Bed Bath and Beyond because I'm not a professional chef that can chop everything up, but it just makes my stuff look better. It's easy for me. So you've got batch cooking with Tammy Kramer. You're going to get smoothie recipes with Debbie Adler. One of our favorite, Dr. Esser, is giving a 4-week health challenge in there. And Frank Sabatino, Dr. Sabatino has his program in there. And there's meal planning and Mick the Vegan and Plentiful Cookie Recipes. And we love Doctors Rick and Karen Dina of the National Health Association. They've got their raw food recipes. And there's there's this veggie bowl thing. I was with Kathy Davis earlier of veggie.
Kathy's great. Kathy's great. And, I want to say something, Wanda, that you mentioned that I didn't even realize was in the bundle. I mean, the bundle is beyond anything that you could imagine. The 25-hour yoga certification. I did not know that. I do yoga every morning. And one of the things that people will find is when they subscribe to a plant-based diet and a plant-based way of life, you actually have more flexibility. You're not as sore and you don't get inflammation the way that you would if you consume animal and dairy products. So really, this is about setting yourself up for a really healthy life. But I love that the yoga certification is in there. I mean, I'm going to dig into that for sure.
Right. I say that if we added up every product that is in here, there's also coupons that you could just get coupons off of items. If you added up every product that's in here, it's about $6,500. And for 3 days left, you can get it for $49 using the link that's scrolling across the screen. Do they also have a way they can just click on a link, Lynn?
We will make sure that they also have the clickable link.
And once you click on the link, you'll get to scroll through and it's going to show page after page of all the people participating. And my thing is just download things, because what you will enjoy today, you'll just evolve, and there's going to be other things you'll want in 6 months. But on February 12th at midnight Pacific time, this offer goes away and it won't come back. You won't have any way to get it. It's all new stuff. It's not regurgitated. You're going to get information from Brittany Giroudi. A lot of these authors have made new e-cookbooks. So you'll see some of your favorites. Go ahead, Kathleen.
Okay. Yeah, I have a question that came in from Jabo, I believe it is. Is this a different approach than the starch solution? This is many approaches to healthy living. And the starch solution, if I'm not mistaken, is Dr. McDougall. And you will find that with over 100 items within the bundle, you're going to find something that ties into that. So my recommendation is that you go ahead and grab it and really look at how you can improve your health. Now, Wanda, one thing that people might be wondering is why you, as the executive director, are endorsing this particular package. What is it about your alignment with the NHA and Chef AJ, which, by the way, I do want to mention that Chef AJ is our featured podcast episode for the next 2 weeks on the NHA podcast page. All you have to do is go to healthscience.org/podcast, and you'll see that she is the featured episode. We fully support what Chef AJ does because she's been plant-based and vegan for, I don't even know how many years.
45 years?
Yeah, right. Long time. So, Wanda, why is it that you, as the executive director, feel so passionate about this particular bundle?
Right. So Chef AJ and I have been working together at least since 2011. We were both out at True North, not at the exact same time, but both there in 2011. We both talk a lot about the benefits of a whole food, plant-based lifestyle that's salt, oil, sugar free. Now, whether you're talking starch solution, which is what Kathleen said, McDougall, and it's a little bit more potato focused, which Chef AJ loves, or you're talking about a nutritarian approach with Dr. Furman, they're all 90% the same. You're going to just pick which nuance when you are so fortunate that you've educated yourself, that you've got that basic of just whole food, plant-based living, then nothing, I mean, we're all so different. We all want to pick what works, because if you're not doing what works for you, you're not going to keep doing it. So in this bundle, you're going to be able to peruse, and you're going to be able to, for the first time, kind of read and see the differences in these programs and pick what you like and take the best of it for yourself. And that completely aligns. The NHA mission since 1948 has been about education. And our motto is health results from healthful living. And so I look at this as an incredible tool and resource center that I could not help but jump in and say, yes, this is a value.
Well, and if I might, Wanda, I want to add in right now, a lot of people are really struggling around their food budget because groceries, I know my bill has gone up about 30%, and I eat very healthy. I eat very clean. And yet there are things that I have to look at and say, is that something I really want to add to my grocery cart? One of the things I love, you mentioned Kathy Davis, that she talks about eating on a budget. So what you're going to find with the bundle there are some of the experts who are proponents of economical eating, if you will, and they show you how to save on your grocery bill. So the thing I would encourage people to look at is, for a small investment, you're going to get huge returns. And it really is about being healthy, living healthy, eating healthy, and sharing that with your family and your loved ones.
And you know what else I love, Kathleen, is that it's all in PDF format. So you can just download it on whatever your favorite device is and take it with you. And when you have extra time, I know that doesn't happen to many of us, but you'll be able to utilize that time. If you're sitting in an office somewhere waiting on an appointment, then you can just pull up something that's interesting to you, and you're going to value your time.
Absolutely. It's so great that you mentioned that. And Kathleen, that you mentioned the nuances in the products, and, you know, whether you're looking for those recipes that are cooked foods, or you're looking for the raw, you're looking for the smoothie or the blends in between. Right. There's over 2,000 recipes within the content here. That is just totally amazing. And to know that they're all the ingredients that we probably already have at home as well.
A lot, right.
And so, you know, just the things in this bundle make it more than enticing to want to jump into.
Belin, we didn't even talk about what the NHA has in the bundle too.
What does the NHA have in the bundle?
I met you last year at the NHA conference, and we've been friends ever since. I love it. So we are giving you a chance to see this issue, the most recent issue of Health Science. If this goes out quarterly to our members, you'll get to review it and see what you think. And the bigger value is we have donated a link for the replay of all the videos, all the content from the 2022 conference, 32 videos. You're going to hear from Columbus Batiste on heart disease, Brenda Davis on her research and the value of this lifestyle. Frank Sabatino gave a show-stopping,
amazing.
The whole thing is worth it to hear his last lecture last year about the love affair of this way. And it was the love affair of taking care of your own health, animal health, and our climate health.
And what a perfect time in this month of love in February for people to have just even that recording. I mean, that's just amazing. So I apologize. Go continue, please.
Well, you know, I'd like to add something, if I may. You know, I'm kind of like 3 minutes behind here, but I was thinking about the 2,000 recipes, because oftentimes people who are thinking of going plant-based or vegan, they're like, where do I start? And it's really quite simple. It's what you're able to add to and what you're able to eliminate that causes challenges with your health. But with 2,000 recipes, and these are plant-based recipes, vegan recipes, it'll show you how simple it is to actually make that transition to a healthier lifestyle. So, I'm looking at the 25 hours of yoga certification, the 2,000 recipes. What could be better than that? I mean, seriously. And if you're somebody who you're feeling sluggish, this is the real deal of how to be healthy. I've been nearly 5 years on a plant-based diet and vegan. And when I first started, I started because of inflammation, and I was pushing 212 pounds at the time. I'm not 212 anymore, but I'll tell you, I had given up on diets because I just was so tired of yo-yoing. I didn't even want to diet because I was tired of it and failing. Well, when I went plant-based and I got rid of the dairy and the animal products, first of all, my inflammation disappeared very quickly. I had better recovery time when I was exercising, and the weight just started disappearing. It was like, where did that go? Well, I'm not going to look for it. But the reality is if you are unsure of how to transition to a whole food plant-based diet, this bundle is definitely for you.
Right. And if you just want more information about our organization, it's on the screen, healthscience.org. We have recipes there. You can sign up for our biweekly newsletter. We do a lot of free content. My recipes are not gated. You can get that free. The podcasting that we mentioned earlier with Chef AJ and Frank Sabatino and Michael Clapper. And it's just an amazing job that Dr. Sabatino is doing as the host of our podcast. Biweekly newsletters. We have a resource library for our members that's free. You can get access to ebooks on fasting. So the National Health Association is probably also the original and maybe the only ongoing organization that promotes both a whole food plant-based lifestyle and the benefits of medically supervised water fasting. So in those videos that I was talking about, we bring all the leading doctors, and they had a panel. Every single certified doctor in water, well, not every single, most certified doctors in water fasting. We had Dr. Gracie Ewan from Northeast Ohio. We had Dr. Frank Sabatino from Florida, and the most well-known place is True North Health Center, and Dr. Alan Goldhammer is there. In fact, Dr. Alan Goldhammer sits on our board of directors. He believes in this organization and supports us fully. So I encourage you to support Chef AJ. Take a look at the bundle. I think you will love it. If you do, click on the link and you can get it for $49. That link provides a little bit of support to the National Health Association so we can keep doing what we do. So I appreciate that. But most importantly, it is a resource that you won't have again. And it is true. If you call me at 8 a.m. on Monday, February 13th and say, oh, I'm just a few days late, can't you get me in? I can't. Chef AJ can't. It won't. Nobody can. It goes away on February 12th. So get it. Spend a few minutes. You have a year to download it. Just get it before February 12th, midnight at Pacific Standard Time. Take a quick look for yourself. See all the things, because I've only listed about 30 of them. There's another 70 I haven't even talked about. See if it interests you, and I hope it's a resource that makes your life easier. The cooking demos, when you were talking about making food easy, Brittany Giroudi did a cooking demo at the conference that you'll get, but she's also got her own bundle in here. And Dylan Holmes of Well Your World, he did a cooking demo that you'll get to see, and you see his bundle. And both of them are really busy people. And Dylan Holmes will do things with his 1-year-old son in the kitchen. And it's how you can do this in the real world. They're all working other jobs, and they have their businesses, and they're making it work for themselves or their family. Brittany Giroudi likes to take her favorite comfort foods and show you how she veganized them. And not everybody in my family is whole food plant-based. And so I entertain a lot with family and friends, and they love the mac and cheese from Brittany Giroudi. So there are just so many things. If you're just thinking you want something, you'll be able to find it. And the index that will help you. Actually, Kathy Davis, who we talked about, Veg Inspired, she has done a whole you'll find in there, I don't know if it's a video or a written course, but she does a breakdown of the bundle, telling you how to best utilize the bundle, because it can be an overwhelming bundle. And so that's going to be one of the first things I take a look at, is how.
Absolutely. Well, Wanda, you've mentioned a few people like Dylan, Brittany, Dr. Sabatino, and all of those people are going to be at the conference. And so let's give people a little insight into the conference, because for people who have never been, I have to tell you, you are in for the most amazing experience. If nothing else, go for the food. I mean, the food is beyond compare. And I got to tell you, I ate more at last year's conference, and I ate and ate, and you had brownies that were healthy brownies. It's like, go figure. And I actually lost weight at the conference.
So good.
Oh my gosh.
We were all just totally surprised at how wonderful the food tasted. No salt, no oil, no sugar. It's kind of like it was counterintuitive, the way the menu was set and the way that the food tasted. And practically everyone commented that. It was amazing for me to see, because I've gone to conferences where most of the food is not vegan at all. And if you didn't eat meat, you basically were relegated to eating the salads. And that was it. And of late, more people are adding that one vegan dish.
Right.
But at this conference, 3 meals, right?
Breakfast,
6 meals.
Well,
12. Okay.
6 meals.
6 meals.
Right.
All vegan, 100%, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right.
You've got to be there. And, I have to say, since we're helping you with all of this, there are only a few tickets left.
True. I've been emailing today with the hotel, and they met with our AV team. So we have a professional AV team. So the experience you get of seeing and hearing the presenters on stage is really top quality. And at one point they told me 350 was our max. Well, we're over 300. So I literally may be down to 30 or 40 tickets. If the AV team was able to figure out a way to better utilize space, we may be able to bump that up to 375 and have a few more tickets, but it will sell out. And I would expect, based on history, it'll be sold out by March, and everybody's going to be asking to be on the wait list, and I'll be happy to do that. But I was going to these conferences when I first became whole food plant-based 30 plus years ago, and never in my wildest dreams did I think I was going to be part of the organization. I went because I wanted to learn, and 30 years ago, you didn't have the internet, and the conference was the place to learn. My children could grow up being with other children. So think about how you need community. My kids made sure I understood how much they appreciated seeing other children being raised the way they were. And they are still in touch with some of those people. And I have made lifelong friends with people I've met at the conference. So being able to hang out for me for a whole weekend with people that had similar goals and eating the food was the game changer. And I just went year after year after year. You meet up with old friends, you make new friends, you hear different doctors. And so this year I'm thrilled that we have Dr. T. Colin Campbell speaking, and Dr. Joel Fuhrman speaking, and Jean Bauer from the Farm Sanctuary is coming, and Alan Goldhammer. Oh, the doctor with fasting that I forgot to introduce, Stefan Esser. He is the most dynamic. If you just go to YouTube, get this program, get this $49 just for Stefan Esser. His grandfather owned Esser's Health Retreat and was one of the founders. So I think he is 4th or 5th generation vegan. He's now raising his children vegan, and he's a charismatic orthopedic MD, and I could listen to him all day long. We have doctors Asa and Joanna Fry from Puerto Rico. These doctors all interned and learned at True North. So you are getting high quality science-based information. We also have Tammy and Tom Kramer. They're in the bundle. They're coming and giving a demonstration. And JP, anybody who follows Chef AJ probably knows JP, known as the exercise guru to the stars. He's so much more than that. His knowledge about animal compassion and taking care of our climate, he and Frank Sabatino, bar none. Would you agree?
I would agree. I've
Absolutely.
heard him speak. I've read some of his articles. I've seen a couple of YouTubes. And that's the beautiful thing about it, Wanda. You have really tapped into the market of quality presenters who are sharing the information that the world needs to hear in order for us to feel that we can contribute to the healing of the earth, to bringing back climate, reversing climate change. If we can reverse ill health, why can't we reverse climate change?
Right.
Absolutely.
And it all comes from this entire premise of a vegan lifestyle and vegan eating. And so your participation in all of this is really, I have to say, Kathleen will agree that this is the reason that we were so drawn to you at last year's conference, and the reason that we're so grateful and feel blessed to be working with you and Mark during this entire process and helping to further the word about what the NHA does and what you do for those who support you and the work of all of these supporters. You mentioned Dr. Batiste. Dr. Batiste is the director of cardio, the whole cardio thing at Kaiser,
Right.
at a hospital in Southern California. And he's recently elevated his responsibilities to include, if I'm not mistaken, training other cardiologists who are coming through the Kaiser network. And
Right.
if he's training them, we know that these are doctors who are getting the education around a whole food, plant-based, vegan lifestyle, and able to share that more prevalently with their patients. So thank you for the work you do.
And you reminded me, I didn't mention when you said Columbus Batiste in cardiology, we have Kim Williams this year.
That's right.
Yeah,
Tell us about a little bit of Dr. Kim's history.
he is, geez, you caught me off guard. So he is nationally renowned cardiologist. He's the past president of the American College of Cardiology, and he recently relocated. And I don't want to say where to for fear of getting it wrong. But I first heard him speak in New York, geez, 7 years ago. And he's just, like all of these, they're just getting more and more knowledge and getting better and better presentations. And when you talked about the planet, it's kind of like our health. Just take one step. You've got to take the first step. And the same thing in that email that I sent to the hotel that I'm working with, I reminded them plastic bottled water is unacceptable. Is not going to happen. They will provide it in containers so that they serve it in glass. That's what they did last year. We're at a different hotel this year, but the chef I'm working with, this will be the second year I've worked with that chef because he changed hotels. And I think he's going to, now that he's done it once and he did it fabulously once, I just can't even wait to see how he knocks it out of the ballpark. And he'll be providing buffets on his own. So if you want to come early, stay late, you want to do other stuff in the area, Thursday, we start our meals on Friday at dinner, and you'll get breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Saturday. You'll get breakfast and lunch on Sunday. But if you want to, we won't end until 4:30. So many people will spend the night Sunday and get an early start home on Monday. You'll be able to get dinner, whole food, plant-based on your own Friday night. You'll get breakfast. Same thing. I'd say 80% come in on Thursday night because Vitamix, they're also located close to the hotel. They fully support the work of the NHA, the current, I'm trying to think of what his position, executive chair of Vitamix will be at the conference, and he believes in a whole food, plant-based diet. They'll be giving demonstration hors d'oeuvres on Thursday night that is so much fun. It's just a great way to kick off networking and making new friends and feeling good about being in this space, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So
I want to add one thing in, because as you're talking, I'm thinking of all these luminaries that you're going to have at the conference, and then Vitamix, and how much people spend on trying to get healthy, and they buy resource after resource, whether it's a diet plan or whatever. You come to the conference, you listen to what's being said, you eat this way for a few days, and you are going to notice a change in how you feel. And if you truly want to live a healthy life, and you know, we could pull stats up of, you know, the number of people who are overweight or obese and the diseases that are caused by that. These doctors all subscribe to a plant-based lifestyle. And that's the direction medicine is going in, that a lot of doctors are realizing that it really does start with the food. And so I encourage people, if you have any desire to be really healthy, go to the conference, rub elbows with people, network with people. There's an exhibitors area where you can actually talk with the exhibitors to find out more about what they do with their protocol. And it's all based on whole food, plant-based living.
Right. Tim Kaufman, he's another one that's in this bundle, a Fat Man Rants in New York, and he gave his testimonial. That'll be in your video. But
yeah.
take a minute, watch the videos. I think if you watch 3 or 4 of them, you'll see what we're saying. They speak for themselves. I don't feel like I need to sell it, but I really want to go back to the bundle and just say, please take a look. Please click on it. I don't think you'll miss the $49 you spent. And but remember, February 12th, you need to get it.
It's an investment.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a reasonable investment for something that just presented itself today. You know how we have to take the time to think, okay, do I make these kinds of immediate decisions? Right. This is one of those priced well items that you can make that kind of immediate decision on and reap rewards for the next decade.
Not only for yourself, but for those around you that have questions.
Absolutely.
Really important. I saw Robin Saul popped up on, you had popped it up on there, that she was coming to the conference and excited to be there. She's a dietitian that's been coming for a few years. You'll certainly get to meet Robin. I'm actually going to have her working with me. She'll be there to answer questions. She's going to be our kind of concierge at the conference this year. So come and meet Robin and Tammy, and you'll see, you'll have a family of friends.
Robin said she's sitting on the fence. Robin, get off the fence. Invest in the bundle.
Oh, it's going to be Robin.
I mean, if Wanda and the NHA is endorsing it, it must be good. And you are also helping the NHA when you invest in the bundle, because a portion goes back to the NHA. And the good works that the NHA does, it can't be beat. So I just want to say, Wanda, thank you so much for all that you're doing to move medicine or food as medicine forward. The doctors that you bring in, the people that you bring in. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal conference. I went to my first one last year. I was blown away. I didn't know what to expect. Probably the best conference I've ever been to, and hands down, best food at a conference ever.
Hands down.
Ever.
Terrific. Well, thank you, ladies, for inviting me on and letting me share this information. I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you, everybody out there in the audience. Any questions, feel free to email me, whuberman@healthscience.org. I'm always accessible. So let me know what I can do to help.
All righty. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wanda. Thank you to everyone who stopped by to watch and who watched the recording. Please put a comment below the video and let us know if you have questions or want more information, or just want to say that you're looking forward to getting the bundle, you've gotten the bundle, or the conference.
So, Lynn, before we sign off, since you and Kathleen are the producers of the NHA podcast, one dropped today, right? I've been so busy.
Yes,
I haven't opened it up. Who dropped today? Who's?
Victoria Moran. And Victoria
Moran is in the bundle.
Vegan.
She is. That's right. Victoria
she's
Moran.
Amazing. Yeah, she's in the bundle too. I mean, you know, these are like the people that have been the pioneers leading the way, where our path as newer vegans, newer plant-based eaters is so much easier because of what these people have done. So, you know, very exciting. Yes, her episode dropped today.
And they can watch it where? On our YouTube channel, but yeah,
they can go to YouTube, or they can go to healthscience.org healthscience.org/podcast. That's healthscience.org/podcast. You'll see all the episodes. We're up to episode, I believe, 14 or 15, 14. And the next episode is where Dr. Sabatino interviewed a dairy farmer, ex-dairy farmer, who is now a vegan activist. It'll blow you away. It'll blow you away.
That's fantastic.
Well, all righty.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you, Wanda. It's been awesome.
It has been great. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.